Prayer of every kind works, whether you pray to God as Father or Mother or some kind of spirit or Brahman, the formless absolute. Whether you have a very specific name for God, like Kali or Yahweh, or you've come up with your own name for whatever you're reaching, all prayer works. And you are reaching out to something. And it is how you reach, not what you're reaching to, that determines the nature of your experience. Mercy and grace is not something that can be earned. You might earn things with karma, but mercy and grace is not something that is earned. It is something that is given, though we can't rely upon it. But the more we pray, the more that we reach out, the greater the likelihood that we will touch what we are trying to speak to, that it will hear, and that it will aid us. Praying like this, perfectly fine. I tend to prefer this. With your hands like this, it's more concentrated, and you're kind of pointing to your third eye, but you're also pointing up and beyond your current circumstances, just up in general, to the crown chakra as well. But there's all kinds of mudras. Concentration mudra I use quite often during meditation. And you can also pray like this, as if you're reaching up and you're receiving from the divine. When we pray, we're contacting a deeper part of our ability as human beings. Human beings, so much of what we are is not just our animal bodies or our desires or even our ego or intellect. A big part of being human with the nervous system and with the ability to understand, speak, and reach out in a very particular way allows us to receive in ways that plants and animals can't quite reach. Plants and animals live in a unity of all things. I tend to think of all things as more of a circle or a sphere rather than a hierarchy. But for us as human beings, we have to consciously reach those other parts of the sphere that all life kind of lives in, all beings kind of live in. We have to consciously connect to that, connect to other parts of the sphere and that which is beyond the sphere. But if we can actually reach and continue to keep reaching, we have the ability to gain so much grace, so much mercy, so much from the divine. We have the ability to receive. A lot of that has to do with word, through mantra, but prayer. There's something powerful about prayer and being human and praying that goes beyond the fabric of time and space and beyond the limitations that our material bodies confine us in. Someone once said that we are little souls carrying around a corpse. Might have been Seneca or Epictetus, I can't remember, Stoic. But even for the Stoic and the philosophers, they reasoned out that we are something within that isn't quite the material that surrounds it. And when we pray, we're using that part of ourself, our soul, behind the corpse that we're carrying around to reach beyond. It's important to keep reaching, keep praying. And you might not feel like you're speaking to anything sometimes, though as you continue with your spiritual practice and prayer, meditation, but if you just pray and that's your spiritual practice, the more that you do it, the more that connection will be solidified, will be gained, that connection to the divine, whatever your understanding of the divine is. So you might not feel like you're talking to anything at first. You might not feel like anything is listening or that it's going to help you, but just keep praying, keep trying, and keep focusing and reaching out, because you are touching something, no matter what spiritual path you follow or what religion you're a part of or anything like that. Whether you necessarily have a spiritual path or religion, you are performing a divine activity when you're praying. And we as individuals, we have our little quirks as far as what we think about God or gods or the divine. We develop our own relationship with the divine, and it doesn't have to be like anybody else's. It can be completely our own, and it is our own. Don't be afraid and keep trying, because the more that you try, the greater the likelihood that that connection will be there, and that connection will follow you and be with you throughout your life. Keep on reaching, and you will find. It'll take time, but you will find. And, living a human life, there's a lot of fear in it. There's a lot of pain. We put ourselves through all kinds of things because of our emotional ability and our ability to misunderstand. We often corner ourselves in life situations. We get ourselves stuck because we misunderstand so many things, and we follow so many roads, and we hit dead ends a lot of the time. But no matter what kind of dead end that you're in, prayer can help you. Prayer can be an instrumental part of your life, no matter what you're praying to. Because we need to speak to God, to gods, to spirit. We need to reach out. Being a human being, it's not all about logic. It's not all about the mind. It's about the heart and the lotus of the heart in which our soul resides. There is a remarkable amount that this universe will grant us, will give us, will send down to us from the divine if we but try. So keep trying, keep praying, keep reaching out. Thank you very much for watching. Like this video, feel free to share wherever you like, and leave a comment. I read all comments, I try to respond to all comments. Thank you very much. Jai Ma, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day.